Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm Lula Hake.
And this is It's Movie Time. Well, Lula, a little bit later as we move into our Back Talk segment, I'm going to want to hear about your date with Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling, all right? And I'm sure our audience is going to stick around or move over to there to hear about it. But right now, we have to deal with The Gray Man. What the heck is that?
Well, The Gray Man is actually based off of a book from 2009 by Mark Greaney. And the book also has the same name. But in The Gray Man, what it is the gray man exists in the gray area. So neither black nor white. So it's neither is it correct or incorrect.
I know. These are bad boys who don't quite have the license to kill that 007 has, but they're pretty close, wouldn't you say? I mean, this whole, what is he, Six, one of them is called Six, right? The Ryan Gosling character.
Right, Ryan Gosling is also known as Court Gentry, also known as the Sierra Six, which is part of the CIA operative.
That's right, yeah. And these are pretty good assassins. He has the name Six because, as he was saying, 007 was taken.
They have several good liners. In fact, they do a couple to his other movies as well. They talk about Drive in there.
Oh, yes. Where did they talk about Drive? Because I was looking for that.
I forget exactly.
Okay, yeah, but they do reference it. Now, for the real moviegoers, they're going to hope that Ryan Gosling is reprising that brilliant piece that he did in Drive.
Correct. And actually, Drive has 3 action scenes, but this movie has 9 action scenes with Ryan Gosling. It is just nonstop action the entire time.
I know. And Lula, you know how much this movie cost?
Over $200 million. It is one of the most expensive movies made by Netflix.
And let me add this, and you probably know this. The one sequence where, now, Gosling is on the run. Chris Evans is a contractor for the CIA going after him, right?
Correct. Chris Evans plays part of Lloyd Hansen.
Right, yeah.
And I really like, this movie actually has, I think, more one-liners than maybe a Rodney Dangerfield stand-up comic show. But one of the liners is when they ask, how do you know who he is? And Court Gentry says, well, it's the trash stash, the white pants. It just screams Lloyd.
It screams Lloyd, right. His trash stash, yeah, I put that at the heading of my review. It's such a great line. So we know a Gosling whose character Six, I'm going to call him Six. Six is quite proficient at killing. I mean, he is a machine, and they're after him.
Correct. He actually, they do some backstory in this too as well. They talk about when he was a child, his first killing was actually of his father. What it was
That's right, yes.
Yes.
That's so interesting, yeah.
So his father was abusing his brother, so he kills his father, and so he ends up in jail.
Yes.
And so then the part played by Billy Bob Thornton, Fitzroy.
My favorite character.
Oh yes, isn't he amazing?
I love Billy Bob Thornton. He lends such heft to the film. You know, this is really a serious guy. Yeah.
But he gets Court Gentry then out of jail.
Yes.
And then he recruits him for the CIA operative.
Yeah, for CIA.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. And in this one sequence, Lula, and I bet you know this. This one sequence in where most of the bad guys of the world are going after Six, or as you call him, Court Gentry, are going after him, and he's chained to a cement block in the middle of Prague, and they are coming all over the place. You know how much they cost?
No, I don't.
$40 million.
That one scene
That
alone.
one scene alone. Now this is the Russo brothers, who know no restraint when they come to movie making, and this is the pièce de résistance for all actioners. I mean, 20% of the cost of this film is for this sequence.
Well, they knew no bounds to spend money to go get court gentry, and apparently they knew no bounds for spending money on this flick.
Oh, they really did. And it is, you're so right. For me, way too much action. Of course, you knew that would be my reaction. This is way too much. And I'm glad that you enumerated. And what, there's about 9?
Nine action scenes with Ryan Gosling. Of course, there were others. It was nonstop.
Yeah.
They did use several of the same scenes from the book into the movie. The scene
Okay.
where he goes to get a fake ID and they do the water bomb. He goes to the top and
Yes.
they bomb that. That's one. And then the plane is definitely directly straight from the book.
Now, I told you, or I said in my review, who would have loved to be in this sequence would be Tom Cruise.
Well, actually, they originally had Brad Pitt to play this part.
Oh, okay. Gosling's part?
Yes.
Oh.
And then when that didn't work,
Oh.
then they were going to rewrite it for a woman and have Charlize Theron do it.
Oh, another good choice.
And then it ended up being Ryan Gosling.
I'll be darned. Now, Gosling is way too cool for school. He is. He's very good. So
He shows, well, I thought some of his past acting, the La La Land, believe it or not,
Yes.
I thought perfectly came into this movie. When they're doing some of the fight scenes, you could definitely see the choreography.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and he was very nimble in La La Land. And as I mentioned before, Drive just is unforgettable. I mean, but he's prepared for this role in Drive because he's kind of like monosyllabic. He just doesn't have a whole lot of emotion.
Except for when he's with the niece Claire.
Yes.
I thought the movie did a wonderful job of showing the bonding between them. In the book, he's actually in charge of Fitzroy's 2 granddaughters.
Oh.
But the book didn't do as good of a job of showing the bonding as this movie did. And then adding a little bit about, and Claire is played by, I believe, Julia Butters.
Yes.
And she does a really good job, I think, in this film of showing the bonding and being the teenager, showing the emotion and really getting along. And another one of Gosling's one-liners was, "It's just another Thursday."
I love that. She says that to him, and he throws that back at her after all that she's been through. Of course, she has a defibrillator.
Yes.
You know, we just have to turn that screw even tighter. And this poor kid. And my complaint was that I wanted more from her. I think that they could have given her even more lines. I agree with you. I think that was a ready-made between the two of them. But then I wanted the same for Billy Bob Thornton. You know, as a paternal figure for Gosling. I wanted more of that, and I just couldn't get it because the Russo brothers need to get back to their action.
Now, somebody that was not in the book but is in the movie is a part played by Anna Damaris.
Oh, yes.
Miranda.
Yeah.
And Agent Miranda.
Yeah.
I thought she added a really good element to the film.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So it was added, not from the book.
Correct.
Oh, excellent. I thought again, the complaint is not enough from her, but then really what I'm complaining about is there's not enough dialogue for me.
Well, I think this movie is what it's supposed to be, which again is a bunch of one-liners.
Yeah.
And she actually, well, my favorite one-liner was from Ryan when he's with Miranda, when she asks, "Are you hurt?" And he says, "Just my ego."
Yes. Yeah. How about the bad guys, the real bad guys?
You mean other than Lloyd?
Yeah.
Hudson?
Yeah. I mean, to me.
Carmichael, I think they all kind of played a back part.
Yeah.
Carmichael is the main bad guy who hires Lloyd, and then Lloyd becomes the main bad guy.
Yeah.
So I don't really see much coming out of Carmichael in this film.
Yeah, and we're talking about Chris Evans playing Lloyd.
Chris Evans plays Lloyd. I don't remember who plays Carmichael.
Oh, yeah. Let me see here. Regé-Jean Page.
And now, is there rumors that he's going to be the next James Bond?
Oh, yeah. Who knows? He's pretty slick. He's a pretty slick-looking guy. So I don't know whether, so we'll just throw him into the hopper for the rest of them. I know. So, Lula, you know, we have an audience out there, some of whom don't give a hoot about the gray man. Yet we're introducing them to it. We're also telling them it's on Netflix. It's not just in theaters. It's in only select theaters. So now that it has available to them, what's your advice to our audience about The Gray Man?
If you are looking for a film that has a lot of action, that's good for the summer, then this is definitely a popcorn candy eating movie.
And you have two A-list actors playing the major roles.
And Anna Damaris, so
yes.
I'd say more than just two.
Yes, right.
And Billy Bob Thornton. It is probably one of the biggest casts
It is
for
great
a
cast.
summer Netflix only
Yes.
with a limited preview.
And the Russo brothers are well known for Avengers.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you know, and Captain America, right? And
There is actually, interestingly, a lot of connection here, because you have Anna plays with Ryan Gosling in the Blade Runner as his AI girlfriend.
oh,
You have, I believe, Chris Evans is with Anna in Knives Out.
how good for you.
And of course, we all know Anna as a James Bond in.
Yes.
As
Thank
another.
you. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it is a great cast. Look, it's in every hot spot in the world, from Prague, as I said, and Vienna, and Bangkok. I'm trying to think of the spots around the world. It's like places that you and Keith have traveled to.
This is definitely, if you are interested in learning more about the world, you are going to see scenes from every part of the world, and they do flash it for you, so you are available and know what it is.
Oh, I have a sign from our director who says he's getting a lot of calls for people who don't want us to stop. And they realize this is just a short, so let's tell them that they can go online to Backtalk. And they can hear more about what we have to say, but what they're never going to get anywhere else in this country is Lula's insight into the red carpet.